Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Hi, welcome to Paint Watercolours with me, Colin. A young fella by the name of Robert left me a message some time ago in one of my videos whether I could do something just a little easier. So I've been going away and thought about it. I came up with this, and I think we'll paint a couple of easy ones in the next video. Now this is just straightforward Indian yellow, and I'm using a round brush, but you can use a flat brush if you're more comfortable. And I've just put a band in. Just there. This is some raw sienna, because raw sienna is transparent. And in the top, some yellow ochre, which is semi-transparent. And into that, while it's still really wet, this is just some burnt umber. And we're just going to put this in along the top. This will help focus your eye into the painting. This is burnt umber and French ultramarine, just a little darker in the corners. Same on the other side. And then we're going to leave that to dry a minute or two, or the shine to go off the paper, and then we'll put the trees in at the background, the bushes, wet into wet. Now the sky's dried a little bit, we'll put some bushes in. This is the French ultramarine and burnt umber. And being as the paper is still wet, this will bleed up and just very simply create some bush shapes for you. Same on the other side, just make them all different sizes. Sort of just let the paint run out a bit as you come towards the ends. Into that, this is just a stronger version of the French ultramarine and burnt umber. I'll just in places just add some shadow, some on this side. And that's all we're going to do to put the trees and bushes in. Take a piece of damp tissue paper, this is kitchen roll, into a little ball at the end, and just off centre just put a little sun in. Now we leave that to dry. Now that the background's gone nice and dry, it's still wet in places, but it's dry enough to do the next stage. We just repeat the process. This is a number 30 round, this is Indian yellow. Try to leave a little gap between the trees and the water. And the reason why the Indian yellow is a little bit darker, I've added a little bit more Indian yellow to it, is that water has depth. And from the depth gives you a different shade. So again, this is the raw sienna. Just bring it all the way across, merge the two together. Next comes the yellow ochre. A little stronger on the bottom. And into the bottom part we can just add some straightforward burnt umber. On the side. Burnt umber and French ultramarine, just to darken the burnt umber slightly. So the corners, I'm not really going to play with it too much. And just fade this in at the top. There it is. And once again we have to leave that for the shine to go off the paper, and then we'll mirror the bushes. Now the shine has gone a little bit off the paper. All the oak's still wet on the bottom. This is burnt umber and French ultramarine. And we're just going to mirror the bushes. Paper's dried out a little bit more than I wanted it to. Just going to re-wet it very gently in the areas I want it to run. Touch it very, very lightly. French ultramarine and burnt umber once again. Just keep adding the mixture. Remembering that it will still keep drifting. A bit stronger here, I think. Darker mixture of the French ultramarine and burnt umber. Along the shoreline and just some in the bushes where you'd get deep shadows. Same on this side. While the paper's still damp, we'll just add some darker shadows along the bottom, just to help focus the eye on the swan. Okay. But what I will do is just take a damp brush and just gently soften that edge. Just before it dries, I nearly forgot. This is a flat brush. And just lift out some paint underneath where the sun is. So just re-wet it. Take some kitchen paper. Just lighten it. Soften the edges with a damp brush, and we can leave that to dry. Once the painting is relatively dry, we can move on to the Swan with your mixture of burnt umber and French ultramarine, and we're just going to paint it silhouetting. Painting it relatively carefully. Pull some of the feathers out at the back just to reinforce its shape. Just feeding in some the paint at the bottom just to create a little bit of depth onto it. You can paint in the bulrushes. This is the number 2 rigger. Make sure it's dry before you put your hand on it. Just carry on the same way, doing all the bulrushes. Just paint them in at the moment like that. I'll turn the camera off and continue, as this is just a repetitive procedure. Once you've got your bulrushes in, just flick in a few grasses and we'll just put some reflections. Just wiggle your brush. Maybe there's a little swirl where they meet the water. Same thing with the Swan. Maybe there's a little movement. And also with that, we just want to re-wet the bottom. Just roughly in the shape of the Swan. Don't go to any detail with this. Into that. Just drop the French ultramarine and burnt umber once again. Darker along the edge. Just soften out some edges. What to do now is sign it. Let it dry, you can frame it. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please click the like button, and if you want to see further videos, please subscribe. I will leave a link in the description box to the other videos that I have made. Thank you very much for watching.